Baby, be in love with your fantasies. I can be a star, make us tie so bright. Welcome to my dungeon, this is ecstasy. Let me play the fantasy.
What's good, YouTube? It's your girl, Asia.
And it's your boy, BJ. And we are back like we never left. We back in the building with another reaction. And we appreciate y'all for tuning in and pulling up.
Yeah.
Asia, you got the Butterfingers today.
I'm sorry.
You got it?
Yeah, I
straight
the light up.
Okay. Cool. So, again, y'all, we're about to be jumping into Awaken with JP. Now, the title of this one is We Treat You Like a Moron News Update. So I want to kind of get back into this satire in regards to JP. The last video we did was pretty funny. So where did we leave off at?
Okay.
We're about to pick up where we left off at.
All right.
You ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
I am. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, join this family. And let's jump into it.
Let's jump into it.
Good evening, person that we treat like a moron. Get ready to stop thinking for yourself as we tell you what you should think for your protection and our control. And to be inclusive, I'd like to share that my propaganda words are he, him, climate crisis, and stands with Ukraine. Tonight, we'll be feeding you bullshit about monkeypox, the sequel to the pandemic. We can't wait. Along with the latest in transgenderism, how being fat and disgusting is sexy, the Disinformation Governance Board is dead, the Texas school shooting, and how Kamala Harris is being more brilliant than ever. But first, George W. Bush took a break from...
Hold on. Okay. Let's go back a little touch, right? They're talking about transgender. Hold on. Where is it at?
Tonight, we'll be feeding you bullshit about monkeypox, the sequel to the pandemic. We can't wait. Along with the latest in transgenderism, how being fat...
Look at the signs for the transgender.
Half dressed and half... Oh, my God.
I see where we're going with this right here. I had to go back to check that out just to make sure that's... I was saying what I was saying. I was saying like two different... Where is the word going, y'all? Where's the word going?
Disgusting is sexy, the Disinformation Governance Board is dead, the Texas school shooting, and how Kamala Harris is being more brilliant than ever. But first, George W. Bush took a break from being forgotten about to give a press conference to admit his guilt. Take a look.
The decision of one man to launch a wholly unjustified and brutal invasion of of Ukraine.
Even though the public doesn't pretend anymore because of what's called proof.
Oh, wait. What? Did he really do that?
Was he talking about himself? Hold on. Did he really just do that?
A wholly unjustified and brutal invasion of Ukraine.
Even though the public doesn't pretend anymore because of what's called proof, W apparently for...
That was good. You see his face?
He said...
Damn.
Oops.
Damn, y'all.
Yeah.
Public doesn't pretend anymore because...
Wait, and look at this wrinkled ass jacket he got on, like on the edge.
With the tie all the way up here. He is definitely in character for this one.
I could not even take him serious. He's a mess.
Of Ukraine.
Even though the public doesn't pretend anymore because of what's called proof, W apparently forgot that he's still supposed to pretend that he didn't unjustly invade Iraq in the exact same fashion that he's accusing Putin of with Ukraine. A nostalgic reminder that corruption can be on either side of the political aisle, because back then it was on the right. And today it's still on the right because we tell you so. And at a level of self-discovery, it's beautiful how W sees so much of himself in Putin. Some people forget just how good Bush was at not being intelligent. Though there is one man, and one man only, who makes George W. Bush look like a genius.
I can taste it.
I didn't know adrenochrome had any flavor. Thanks for letting us know, Joe. And here's President Brandon where...
He had to go to Brandon. I knew he was going to bring Brandon up.
Why? Oh my gosh. Okay.
Who makes George W. Bush look like a genius.
I can taste it.
I didn't know adrenochrome had any flavor. Thanks for letting us know, Joe. And here's President Brandon wearing a mask all by himself as he's getting off a plane and then removing it as he approaches actual people. Theatrical performances are hard to coordinate. Aren't they, Joe? And here's a picture of Biden not knowing what he's looking at as he's protecting himself from a piece of paper and a pandemic that ended 2 years ago. And in other news, if you liked COVID, then you're gonna love the sequel, Monkeypox. But as Cassidy Campbell says, I can't believe it's monkeypox season already. I still have my Ukraine decorations up. After globalists held a monkeypox rehearsal exercise last year, a monkeypox outbreak is coincidentally happening right on schedule. Due to censorship, all we can tell you about monkeypox is that the only way to protect yourself from it is to be scared and obedient. And to help you with that, we'll continue.
Only way to be scared and obedient.
Right.
Is that what he was referring to about the pandemic and everything? That's what it sounded like.
Yeah.
It's like he's kind of like drawing parallels to both of them, the monkeypox and obviously the monkeypox is pandemic 2.0.
Yeah. Just to be scared and obey.
And obey what everybody tell you to do.
Yeah, that's all that you should know.
That's it. There you go. There you go.
Continue to be your most trusted source of fear-mongering as we give you authoritarian commands to obey. But what we can tell you about the monkeypox outbreak that definitely wasn't planned is that Alex Jones predicted it. Just something to think about. We got him completely deplatformed and he's still at it. Like, are we going to have him assassinated?
Yes.
Great. That'll be very helpful to us. In response.
It's like they're talking behind the scenes. They're talking behind the scenes. By Alex Jones.
No.
That's kind of how the news. That's kind of how the news work. In a sense, I guess you could say. In a sense.
Wow.
Yes.
Great. That'll be very helpful to us.
She said
In
great.
response to the recent outbreak, Bill Gates says, monkeypox, that's cute. Hold my beer. Smallpox, can't wait, Bill. You don't happen to have a cure for the disease that you're promoting, do you? This just in! He does. That'll make you feel either much safer or much more terrified. You be the judge. And of course, anytime you have people who aren't completely controlled by the one true narrative that we bring you.
We talked about that too. In regards to like Bill Gates and the whole pandemic and kind of what he was talking about prior to the pandemic even coming about.
Yeah.
Saying that he was the one that said the pandemic was coming.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
He did.
Partially funded by Bill, you'll have people dangerously doing their own thinking. And in response to that, we're saying Bill Gates predictably triggered the monkeypox outbreak. Oh, I mean, monkeypox triggers new conspiracy theories about Bill Gates. I just pulled a W. Bush, didn't I? Whoops. We can just edit that out. Oh.
He said we lied.
We'll just edit people's thoughts. Monkeypox is gonna kill you and your family. Bill is here to save you. He's your only hope. And anyone who doesn't believe it is a dangerous extremist. Now go dye your hair blue. As Bill Hicks once said, you are free to do as we tell you. And now for our viewer comment of the week. Cool Papa J Magic says, a government that is allowed to break the law during an emergency will create an emergency in order to break the law. Well, cool Papa J Magic, we can confidently say that we don't know what you're talking about. Now get inside and stay there for the next 2 years. Also interesting how this video has over 4 million views. I guess people love to watch female swimming for some reason. Moving on. DC Drano, a.k.a.
That's not why they want to watch women swimming right there. That's not why.
He's a mess. Isn't that his
Look,
video?
that's
That's his
him.
video. Stop it.
He tripping. I'm about to go back and watch that one too.
Yeah.
to watch female swimming for some reason. Moving on. DC Drano, aka Rogan O'Hanley, points out in the ever-devolving world of Marxism, the pronoun people have now added yellow and blue stripes to show support for Ukraine. But gay marriage is banned in Ukraine. Some people mistakenly think that the pronoun people are blindly standing for both because they're under some kind of mind control program. But we assure you that is just not the case. And speaking of the trendiness to pretend that other people's objective reality should be based on your imagination, Bill Maher said this recently.
If this spike in trans children is all natural, why is it regional? Either Ohio is shaming them or California is creating them. It's like that day we suddenly all needed bottled water all the time. If we can't admit that in certain enclaves there is some level of trendiness to the idea of being anything other than straight, then this is not a serious science-based discussion. It's a blow being struck in the culture wars using children as cannon fodder.
Well, we'd like you to know that Bill Maher has officially earned our most coveted title. He is transphobic. He thinks like a liberal and is completely unwilling to think like a leftist. And we don't want you to know the difference or how to think, so we are glad to smear him. You are canceled, Bill Maher. In order to combat the very dangerous message of Bill Maher that empowers people to embrace what's called reality, we sent one of our top scientists to testify before the House Judiciary Committee. Here you can see her questioned by Congressman Dan Bishop. Take a look.
Oh, he basically saying, you know, the news is here to dilute the truth, to get you further from reality.
Yeah.
Sometimes I feel like that too. When we watch the news, I feel like I'm getting further from reality. Sometimes I feel like I don't even need to watch the news to be informed on what's going on in the world, because I feel like I'm informing myself more on a factual level than the news is trying to inform me.
Right.
I feel like that sometimes. What about you?
Yeah, no, I agree. I feel the same way. I feel like that's probably more so now than ever. I've kind of drawn back from looking at the news. Like most of the
Especially
stuff
certain
that I look
outlets.
at, yeah, especially when it's stuff that I really want to know about. Like I go and look up, like I actually go and look up articles and research and
actually try to read it for yourself.
Yeah, I'll be trying to find it for myself because I be wanting to know like the real. I don't want to know like on no surface level on a story that was put together for entertainment purposes only. You know what I mean? Like I don't need all of that.
Entertainment purposes only.
Yeah, because that's
ratings
really what it comes down to is entertainment purposes. You're supposed to get your ratings up. So you need to come up with a story that's gonna get your ratings up.
Yeah. Hey, enough said.
Yeah.
Here you can see her questioned by Congressman Dan Bishop. Take a look.
What do you say a woman is?
I believe that everyone can identify for themselves.
Okay. Do you believe then that men can become pregnant and have abortions?
Yes.
Wow, take that, Dan Bishop. She owned you. Haha, that's the power of science. And him being a conservative, it kind of looked like he tried to rape her, didn't it? Let's take a look again.
What do you say a woman is?
Yep, he definitely tried to rape her. AOC, add him to your blacklist. And with that, we'll be right back after a quick word from our sponsor. Women's infertility is a major issue, with infertility rates approaching 30%. With men, it's even worse, with infertility rates hovering at 100%. But
this will not help you get pregnant. It will only destroy your testicles. Men are not able to get pregnant, but this will increase your voice
men are
to be very high
100%.
pitched and sound like a woman.
even worse, with infertility rates hovering at 100%. But we have a solution. From the makers of Zoloft, we bring you Testicle Off. Testicles are a proven cause of infertility, but with Testicle Off, that problem is removed. Ask your local third grade teacher if Testicle Off is right for you. And we're back. In Texas, as Governor Greg Abbott was updating grieving families and reporters about the tragic mass shooting at Robb Elementary School in Uvalde, Texas, the world's most testicleless man, Beta O'Rourke, interrupted Governor Abbott.
Sit down. You're out of line and an embarrassment. Sit down and don't play this stuff.
Next shooting is right now.
Beta decided that what the world needed more than to respect the gravity of this situation and the tragic loss of the grieving families was to make the moment about him and his political agenda to disarm the population so the authoritarians of the world can have an easier time controlling Americans. As Beta and his very smooth crotch were being thrown out of the auditorium, the mayor of Uvalde said this to him.
I can't believe you're a sick son of a bitch that would come to a deal like this to make a political issue.
And our fact checkers have fact checked the mayor's words as true. In other news, Sports Illustrated has virtue signaled in a big way. Perhaps
I remember when he did say that. We were sitting there watching the news and it popped up, you know what I mean?
Like as it was happening, we watched it.
Yeah, we were sitting there watching it. I didn't understand what was going on at first.
I didn't either.
When Beto had walked up there,
I didn't even know who that was. Like at first, like initially, I didn't even know that was him until like after the fact when people were saying what his name was, and I was like, oh. No, he did
And
not.
He walked up there. He said, "You sick son of a bitch."
Yeah.
In other news, Sports Illustrated has virtue signaled in a big way. Perhaps we could even say in an obese way, as they're now promoting the precursors of heart disease as sexy. Jordan Peterson chimed in by saying, "Sorry," he is Canadian, "not beautiful, and no amount of authoritarian tolerance is going to change that." But as we at the media have taken on the burden of protecting you by telling you what to think and feel, we can assure you this is not sexy. This is sexy. And this is even sexier. This is the best female swimmer in the country. This is the leading medical authority. And this is the president. Kamala Harris is at it once again, redundantly using words that lead nowhere so that we can get somewhere that isn't anywhere. Take a look.
That when we talk about the children of the community, they are the children of the community.
Well, we know that at least 2 people are impressed by what she said.
Invasion of of Ukraine.
I can taste it.
In our final
Just 2
story
people.
tonight,
Just 2 people agree with her. I feel like that's what her approval rating is right now. As far as anybody approving what Kamala Harris says,
Yo!
she probably has about
JP is off the chain, man.
2 people.
Yeah.
At least.
Of Ukraine.
I can taste it.
in our final story tonight, rest in peace, Disinformation Governance Board. The Ministry of Truth has been shut down by the Biden administration after receiving just a little bit of backlash. The Brandon administration has decided to put its arm of censorship on pause while it seeks to find a different way to do the same thing that isn't as painfully obvious. Let's take a look at some of the highlights of the Disinformation Governance Board's greatest achievements during its lifespan that didn't last as long as CNN+.
I want to be rich, famous, and powerful.
Disinformation's origins are slightly less atrocious. It's how you hide a little lie.
Hi, if you're listening, please tell me what to do. Who do I fuck to be famous and powerful?
Well, apparently you didn't the right people because you're done, Nina. That's it for tonight's news. Tune in tomorrow to become an even more flaccid individual. We're coming for your children, but you won't notice because we're starting the next pandemic. Good night. Real quick, I want to let you know I've got all new designs in my Freedom Shop. If you want to help spread the freedom vibes and look like a lion doing so, check it out at awakenwithjp.com. Hi. We're living in tough times where it is very important that you are divisive with your family and friends about any issue, but that can be stressful. That's why I want to thank the sponsor of today's video, Magnesium Breakthrough, because it helps reduce your stress. Whether you're stressed out because you're living a purposeful, productive life and life just gets to you sometimes, or because you're living like an idiot and you just create wars wherever you go, maybe you're sick and tired of feeling stressed and the energy drained from it. I know I am, and that's why I love Magnesium Breakthrough. I think it's as simple as this.
Okay, it's already over with.
Okay.
I'll just double check it. But yeah, I mean, I think this one is like a pretty self-explanatory as far as like the comedy and the satire, like regarding like the media these days, the news outlets. Like everything that he's saying is what I feel, especially like nowadays, because like maybe 3 to 4 years ago, I was a little different. I was so into like the news, like I had to check it every day. I had to see what was going on. I had to check every particular outlet to see what's going on, and it's like people like hold on to those things and like take it as truth. You know, they take it as the gospel, whatever you see on the news outlet, and it's like, that's not always the truth.
But sometimes I feel like that's the way that it's supposed to be taken, though. That's the way it's supposed to be understood. Like, I don't know, like, with the media these days now, like, I feel like after all the events unfolded, like, going as far back as, like, George Floyd, when they had all the protests and people were rioting and just acting, it was just something that I cannot even describe. Like, something inside of me was just like, it's just not something about this. It felt
like they're taking it too far.
Yeah,
because like you said, it's like they sensationalized it.
Yeah, it was almost like and I feel like ever since then, I felt like ever since then when I saw like what they were actually showing on TV, I was just like, it's just something about how this is all being played out on TV, like, you know, in terms of like the entertainment of it all, like showing this like as if it was like a show, like you know what I mean?
You start seeing through like what they were perpetuating. You start kind of seeing through. You're like, hold on, this is. I see the narrative they're trying to paint. They're trying to get somebody. They're trying to get a particular group of people riled up.
Yeah, that's exactly how I felt. Like they was supposed to, like that was the intent and purpose of it, because I felt like what I was feeling inside was exactly what I was feeling like they were trying to perpetuate in a sense. And after that, I feel like that was probably the day that inside of me I was just like, no, I'm not watching the news anymore. I'm not getting any information from what it is that they're showing or what it is that they're trying to put out for people to believe. And like ever since then, I feel like I have not been the same when it comes to media. Like, and I've always been kind of hesitant to just kind of take every word for it and listen to every single thing and soak in everything and just think that was gospel. Like, I knew better than that. Even just with magazines, stuff that you read, you know what I mean? You still have to do your own research and find things for yourself so that you can understand it for what it is. But after that, I've never been the same since then. I just don't. If I get a little bit of information of something that may have taken place, I'm gonna go and find my own resources to find the information. I just do that. I do not watch the news like that. Like nothing like I used to. I feel like the last time I watched the news was when the situation happened with the children in Uvalde. Like interesting enough, he actually brought that up in this video, but that was probably the last time I can remember just kind of being like a little stuck to the TV in terms of like how the story was unfolding, just because I wanted to get the information. Like I just felt so drawn into that, but nonetheless, I still wanted to get information for myself and find other resources, other outlets, but I don't know. That's just me in general. I feel like I've been changed since then, but yeah, half of the stuff that's put out there is it's kind of gross sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, you got to be very, very careful with it. And I like what he was talking about in particular. I think the funniest part for me was when he played back George Bush misquoting Iraq for Ukraine. Yeah. And look on his face when he said that. But overall, I like the way that he put the comedy and the satire, because he put it in a real way for you to understand. Kind of like this is what's happening if you got your eyes open. Yeah. Like he said, if you're not flaccid, if you got enough sense, then you can kind of see through it. So I like how he put it in the context that JP put it. He put it in a comedic way and an entertaining way to watch it. Yeah. But at the same time, there's a lot of truth in what he's saying. It is. You just got to be able to see it. And a lot of people these days, they need LASIK. You know what I mean? So their vision, they can't see
clearly.
Yeah, so they can see clearly now. Yeah. But I enjoyed this though.
I did too. Yeah. So hey, y'all let us know what y'all think about this as well down in the comment section. And if y'all enjoyed this video, be sure you give us a big thumbs up, like, comment, and subscribe. Smash that notification bell, join the family, and if ain't nobody else told you, we love you, and we're gonna see y'all in the next video, y'all.
Be easy, y'all. We'll check y'all out next time.
Bye.